First, let me express my warm gratitude to Mr. President for inviting here to Kenya, to Nairobi, for his invitation to pay this historic visit. This is the first visit by the President of Poland to Kenya after 61 years since the establishment of diplomatic relations between our countries. Hence, this is a crucially important moment, and to me personally, it is a huge honor. Once again, Mr. President, I would like to say thank you on my behalf, on behalf of my wife and all the members of the Polish delegation. But I am happy, Mr. President, also because this is not just a visit of courtesy. This is a visit which brings with it a big potential of economic cooperation for the future. I firmly believe in this for both our countries. We talked with Mr. President today. We had the tete-a-tete meeting, and then we had a bilateral meeting with our delegations. During those meetings, we discussed our economic relations. We discussed the future directions of developing these relations and the perspectives which exist in this respect between our two countries. So let me stress very strongly that back in October 2023, there was an economic forum held here in Nairobi between Poland and Kenya, which brought together a lot of persons interested in cooperating, entrepreneurs. This forum was co-organized by our Polish Trade and Investment Agency. And today, together with Mr. President, we will attend another edition of a business forum meeting. Some people call it a round table or a business round table. And there, our entrepreneurs, under the patronage of presidents, will discuss the possibilities of cooperation and developing relations. Speaking about the sectors, there are at least a few of them. Just a moment ago, we witnessed the signing of very important memoranda shaping future cooperation, among others, in the field of agriculture and rural development. Today, we discussed together with Mr. President at length the milk industry, the production of milk, the potential development possibilities here. I presented to His Excellency the situation on our milk market and our milk production capacities in Poland. Also, milk processing. I shared our experiences. I said that Poland is one of the world's biggest producers and exporters of, among others, powder milk. So, having said that, we are able to share our vast expertise and experiences. We have those experiences spanning tens of years, dozens of years in terms of modern milk production. But we also discussed cooperation in other sectors of the agriculture. We also touched upon cooperation in the sector of modern technologies, environment protection. We also discussed various forms of winning energy from renewable sources, be it hydropower plants or be it wind farms or be it solar energy. I informed Mr. President about our transition process according to the commitments that we made connected with our presence in the European Union. We are making those commitments in climate protection. We are planning to transform our energy sector. We plan to develop nuclear energy in Poland. This is an indispensable element necessary for implementing European climate policy in the future. But I also mentioned that we are planning an energy mix in the future with a big share also of renewable energy. These were the topics that we discussed with Mr. President. We also talked about geothermal energy. I gave an account to Mr. President of an investment which we have in Poland right now in the Podhale region in the south. The deepest drill well is being carried out. Our engineers, our geologists are exploring and searching at the level of even 7,000 meters. They are searching for water with such temperature which will make it possible not only to power households and utility buildings with geothermal energy, to provide heating for buildings, to provide hot water, but also, ladies and gentlemen, to make sure that a geothermal power plant can be built in Poland. To build such a plant, we need to have the temperature of water exceeding 100 degrees. And we hope that such hot water will be found to that aim. But apart from that, we also discussed modern tax policy, closing gaps in the public finance sector, in the tax sector. That is why the memorandum was signed on cooperation on tax solidarity. And we also discussed, ladies and gentlemen, a modern finance sector, banking sector, the so-called fintech. I shared our experiences in Poland in the sector of e-banking, which is well developed in our country. It is one of the top levels in Europe, absolutely. So I shared all our achievements and experiences that we're able to share on this one. We also discussed, ladies and gentlemen, the development of the health sector here in Kenya, where Poland right now has a cooperation in this regard. I spoke about our experiences in terms of the construction of the Polish healthcare system. I spoke about the combination. On the one hand, we have got state-owned health service, on the other hand, private health service sector. And I also said how this is developing and how general access to health services is being given to the population in Poland. These topics here today are an element of contemporary activities, day-to-day activities which we're implementing, also in terms of development in Kenya, and these were the topics of our discussion today as well. These are the issues which we will be discussing also tomorrow. Tomorrow I will witness the work and the exercises of the local rescue services of firefighters, among others, where Poland is also sharing its experiences and supporting the development of Kenyan services. So we are active and we are deepening our relations right now.
Poland is a valued partner of Kenya with common values and shared ambition and aspirations guiding our present and future relationship. We are united in our quest to enhance collaboration in trade and economic affairs, agriculture and food security, environment and climate action, as well as our individual and collective contribution to multilateralism. The two MOUs, Mr. President, we have signed here bears testimony to our commitment to this collaboration. We've had extensive discussions on the imperative to enhance trade and investment between the two countries. Seizing the presence of a high-powered business delegation accompanying you, Mr. President, I invite them to invest in the numerous opportunities that Kenya has to offer. I also encourage them to leverage Kenya's strategic geographical advantage, with Nairobi serving as the hub and gateway for their regional and continental investments. As a technology powerhouse, Kenya offers unrivaled opportunities. President Duda and I have just witnessed the signing of two frameworks for cooperation, further solidifying our already existing friendly relations. The MOU on agricultural cooperation and MOU on tax solidarity program. These MOUs will cement our aspirations to promote bilateral partnerships in their respective sectors and open up new avenues for collaboration between the two countries and peoples. Several other MOUs are in the pipeline, and we are committed to ensuring their successful implementation. We have discussed widely on the agricultural sector, how we can leverage on the expertise that exists in dam construction, water storage, and other water technologies between our two countries, realizing that Kenya being 85% arid and semi-arid, the requirement for water storage, water technologies use, and also dam construction for water harvesting is an important component of our development program. And therefore, Mr. President, I want to thank you for the offer you have made to work with us in that space of water, water being a very important component of my administration's plan on how to get agriculture away from rain-fed and more towards irrigation. I also want to thank you, Mr. President, for the consideration that Poland has already made, especially in the area of dairy. We already have 350 milk cooling plants around Kenya, courtesy of a program between our two countries. And I am looking forward to the speedy conclusion of the other 650 milk coolers that will help expand our dairy industry, save on the post-harvest losses because of inavailability of cold room and cold chain facilities. And hopefully, Mr. President, when we finally conclude on this, we will see a much more robust dairy sector in Kenya, because it is our intention to increase our milk production from 5 billion liters to 10 billion liters in the next 5 years. On environment and climate change, we discussed our shared concern about the existential threat the globe faces and emphasized the need for concerted efforts to mitigate climate change. I requested President Duda to consider supporting the call to action by world leaders through the Nairobi Declaration, the outcome document of the Africa Climate Summit held in September last year. Kenya and Poland have agreed to work together to increase joint efforts to the decarbonization agenda in line with the UN Framework Convention on Climate Change, strengthen resilience and adaptive capacity, and give priority to green growth. We have also committed to advocating for a more reformed and inclusive global climate financing. I have informed my good brother, President Duda, of our capacities in green energy. I have informed him that 93% of our grid is green, and we have huge potential. And Polish companies are invited to invest in their manufacturing capacities in Kenya using our green energy. It will not only help us to unlock the huge potential of green energy in our country, it will also give Polish companies an opportunity to use clean energy for industrialization and help decarbonize Polish economy. Our country serves as the gateway to the East African community market and boasts the largest seaport in the region. Consequently, I invite Poland to consider Mombasa and Lamu ports as possible logistical hubs for exporting products, including grains, to the region and beyond. I urge President Duda to partner with us through public-private and government-to-government partnerships to explore the vast market in the agricultural sector, particularly in post-harvest value addition, aiming to conclusively address food security. On labor mobility, we discussed the possibility of developing a labor mobility framework to expand job opportunities available for our highly skilled young labor force while narrowing labor deficit in Poland. This is an area that a win-win outcome is a reality. We have abundant, highly skilled professional labor, and Poland is a labor deficit country, and therefore we can establish a win-win framework. We look forward to fast-tracking this so that we can mutually benefit from this relationship. On the multilateral front, I sought President Duda's support for Kenya's global agenda on climate action, biodiversity protection, and the need to accelerate green growth. We agreed to collaborate within the Economic and Social Council, of which Poland is a member, to address the global dialogue in financing for development, promote inclusivity and equality, and team up to achieve sustainable development goals. I also sought Poland's support in championing a fair and just multilateral system with a more inclusive global financing architecture. I take this opportunity once more to thank His Excellency President Andrzej Duda for the fruitful engagement and measurable outcomes achieved today. I reaffirm Kenya's commitment to deepening and broadening our relations with Poland and look forward to many more engagements in the near future.